Welcome back, guys. Today we wanted to hit you up real quick with a bit of success mindset. Today I'm going to discuss with you the sphere of control, influence and concern, how we think is absolutely pivotal to understand that, control your emotions, driving towards your own success. Today, if you're going to get anything from this, please subscribe to our channel, like and share, because we want to access more people and help more people going forward. Okay, so to jump straight in, we've got a little diagram popping up here, and the first central point that we're going to focus on is the sphere of control. Now, this is you. This is things and only things that are completely under your own control. So the first thing I like to talk about is what you're consuming. So are you consuming educational, positive content, or are you listening to the news 24/7? Are you consuming sort of healthy, varied diet, which helps with energy and performance, or are you snacking on McDonald's 24/7? These decisions you may feel are influenced externally, but fundamentally they are completely under your own control. Under control of how much money you're saving, where you're working to a high degree, the people you're spending time with, your exercise, all these things under your control. And that's a wonderful thing, because this is where all growth is made, is actually looking in the mirror and your sphere of control. Okay, moving quickly on to the sphere of influence. Obviously it's a bigger sphere, and that's because it's a little bit more global now. So what surrounds you, we've talked about you, your control, what you're feeding yourself, but then your surrounding environment, you can influence that. So the friends that you are chosen to spend time with, you can influence the environment with them, your work colleagues, your pets, your children, the cultures and the environments that you spend a lot of time in. Yes, you can have an influence on them. You can't control them, hence they're not in the box, but this is the sort of stuff that is worthwhile you spending some time being concerned about and trying to influence that in a positive way. Of course, there's a huge amount of self-reflection needed to know if you are a positive and negative influence on your culture and your environment and the people around you, the teams you work in. But all this is under your sphere of influence, not control. Okay, quickly, the wider box then, the wider circle becomes what they call the sphere of concern. But we don't really like to position it like that. The way we're going to call it is everything else. And the point of that is, this is where a huge amount of the nation, in my opinion, spend a lot of headspace, a lot of time. But this is the only box that they can't actually do anything about. It's everything else. And we're bombarded by the everything else, which creates concern on a very sort of global level for us. Whilst I'm not saying at all that it's, don't watch the news, don't be up to date with anything, unless I'm speaking to sort of PMs and people in huge power right now, which, no offense guys, but I doubt it. This isn't in your sphere of influence, and therefore you really need to limit the amount of time that you're spending in the headspace, stressing and concerning about things that are not in your control and way out of your sphere of influence. So we call it everything else. Be aware of it, but don't focus there. If you want to grow, and this is a really important part, your sphere of influence, the middle part, the only way of growing your sphere of influence is going back to your sphere of control, i.e. you, working on yourself, becoming a better version of yourself to positively influence others. Then what happens, as you can see, is your sphere of influence can grow and expand. Now you can influence things on a wider level. This is the way that I've always worked. Some of the key skills that you'll need to work on: 100% your own mindset, managing your emotions, and your communication and ability to influence those around you. This is where your focus needs to be. Please, for your own sake, don't spend too much time worrying about the everything else to life when you can control and influence so much. Guys, I really hope that you took something from today. If you did, again, please subscribe and like this video. Help us to reach more people going forward. Really appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you soon.